and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, for some more Barcelona news coming up today. And of course, we do have the very latest on the Lionel Messi saga with his father, Jorge Messi, in the city, meeting there with Bartomeu. We're also going to be talking about the transfers, including Suarez and Jorge Wijnaldum. It's all coming up in today's video, so let's do it. But if we first of all start with some news on pre-season training, because once again this morning the Barcelona squad trained on Wednesday morning, which marked their third successive session of the week. This time focusing with some work on the ball. The team will now have a day off on Thursday before returning then to more training on Friday. Although we do now know when we'll get to see Ronald Koeman lead Barcelona into an official game for the very first time, with Koeman's first game in charge set to come there 2 weeks before the start of the new La Liga season, when Barcelona will officially face fellow Catalonia side Nastic de Tarragona. That there will be coming a week this Saturday, so on the 12th there of September. It's going to be there on Barça TV Plus at 7 PM local time, live from Estadi Johan Cruyff, which will be the first ever time the senior team will have played in that stadium. And it will be nice there, basically, to get back out there on the field, for the focus back to be on the football, away from all of this other stuff. And it will be exciting to see some of the new faces. We should get to see Francisco Trincao, Pedri in those games. And of course, they're big games. So players like that who need to make an impact. It's not going to be a long pre-season period. You're not going to get many chances to impress the new coach. You will have to take them. And Barca, a week on Saturday, back in action. But now if we do move on to the transfer stuff, starting on the future of Suarez, and starting with a report coming out of Italy from Di Marzio, who is usually reliable when it comes to Italian transfers, because he says that Juventus are very, very close there to actually closing an agreement in personal terms when it comes to the signing of Suarez this summer, although Juventus right now are still conceding that a deal overall may be difficult given Suarez's contract situation right now at Barcelona. Because as we mentioned before, Juve are certainly interested in Suarez. He could actually come in this summer and replace the outgoing Gonzalo Higuain. But what Juve are very, very firm on right now is that they're not willing to pay a transfer fee. If they're going to get Suarez in, of course he's going to command big, big wages, and for that reason they will only sign him if it's on a free transfer, which would mean that Barca would need to let Suarez go for absolutely nothing. But then given what we've seen already with what we are going to see with Arturo Vidal, that wouldn't exactly be all that surprising. However, the real problem comes because, as we know, Suarez has a contract until 2021, and he still maintains to this day that he wants to stay at the club. He doesn't want to leave. Ideally, he doesn't want to be thinking there about any other offers. And right now, it is still being reported that even if he was to leave and join Juventus, he would still want that final year of his contract paid up in full, which would cost Barca there over 15 million euros just to send him away to join Juventus. And I think right now, the club aren't even contemplating that. They do want Suarez gone. And I suppose they're thinking here, the longer this goes on, we may well see Suarez frozen out of things there within the first team picture in terms of games, in terms of minutes. He may not even be involved in that pre-season friendly. And I think as the time goes on there, the club are really, really hoping that in the end Suarez will just move on, go to another club, and won't still demand that final year be paid, and that his contract needs to be terminated before leaving, which would be very, very costly, and ultimately, money we don't have. Away from outgoings though for a moment, because let's just focus on Liverpool's Jorginho Wijnaldum, because a number of Spanish media sources along with the Dutch media have been reporting very, very heavily over the past few days about Barcelona's growing interest in Liverpool's Wijnaldum, and that was really starting to gather some speed, especially there with the departure of Rakitic, with Vidal as well very close behind. Barcelona losing some midfielders, so could we bring in Wijnaldum under the orders of new Barca coach Ronald Koeman? Apparently Koeman really wants to bring in Wijnaldum. He's told the club there that he wants him. He's central there to his plans in that 4-2-3-1 formation. He believes there that he could play a really important role. And we have said before that Wijnaldum right now is entering the final year of his contract at Liverpool there. The contract expires in 2021. And even though Liverpool though may be about to sign Thiago as a replacement for Wijnaldum, they're still not going to let him go for cheap. They're not going to be anything like us and letting players go here, there and everywhere for nothing. Apparently they still demand their 15, 20 million euros for his services for a player right now who's 29, turns 30 years old in November. Although what I would say about this deal right now is, although we are hearing more and more of these links, and it obviously is believable given the fact that Koeman has coached Wijnaldum before with the Dutch national team, but I would just hold off on that for the time being, given the MD claim that inside the club, sources say those rumours about the deal being close, they're a little bit premature. Right now, according to MD, Wijnaldum is not so much of a priority as these other rumours may lead you to believe, but we'll have to wait and see whether or not this is true, or would it be another situation like Donny van de Beek, where a name there, a Dutch name, is thrown into the media. I don't think we were ever truly interested in him, and now of course officially announced as a Man United player. Will it be the same with Wijnaldum? Could he even sign a new deal at Liverpool? We'll have to wait and see on this one. But of course, we do have to talk about the very pressing issue that is the Lionel Messi saga, the situation that continues to develop, because of course this morning Lionel Messi's father, Jorge Messi, arrived in Barcelona. Finally there, he took the plane over, he arrived this morning. When he arrived there, the journalists were packed around him. He was followed absolutely everywhere that he went, not only there on his arrival, but throughout the city. They were following him in cars, they were jumping out, they were trying to get any sort of information that they could on Messi's future. And although he was pressed right throughout the day, whenever the journalists there could get a word in, they were asking him, is it likely that we could see Messi leave? Is it going to be tough for him to stay? And to be fair, Jorge Messi there did admit it would be very, very difficult for his son to stay at Barcelona, which is the biggest indication we've had officially from either Messi himself or his father that he could be on his way out this summer. And although Jorge Messi has now met with Bartomeu, and apparently in that meeting, negotiations were pretty difficult on the sides of both, which to be honest, in terms of a first meeting, is maybe not all that surprising. Jorge Messi, of course, very, very firm in the fact that his son wants to leave Barcelona. Bartomeu, in turn, apparently, was actually talking there about a contract renewal. I mean, is he on the same planet there to the rest of us? But apparently the two remain pretty far apart still. Bartomeu says that Messi is key to what the club wants to do. They want him to stay at the club, whereas Messi's father, very, very firm on the fact that his son wants to leave to join Manchester City. And of course now it's about where we go from here. Are both sides going to sort of come together, inch closer and closer there to finding some sort of agreement, or are they going to stay that far apart? Because if they do, then you're looking legal route, then you're looking a real fallout. We want to avoid that. They have to get together now, and they will get together again to discuss things more and more and more, and all we can do at this stage is just hope. And even today, we've actually seen the Real Madrid captain get involved in the situation and actually offer some very respectful words the way of Lionel Messi, despite what we've seen on the pitch in many, many Clásicos. Ramos came out and said Messi has earned the right to decide his own future. He said, I don't know if he's doing it in the best way, but for Spanish football, for Barcelona, and for us, we want to win having beaten the best, so we want Messi to stay. He makes the league better, he makes his team better, and he makes the Clásicos more beautiful. But will we see Messi against Real Madrid in the coming season? For me, sadly, it still looks unlikely. So that right now is the latest when it comes to Barcelona right now, guys. Of course, like I say, if there is any more, and certainly we'll be hearing more information about that meeting, I'm absolutely sure of that. But we're going to have to wait and see when all of that comes out and whether there will be any big developments in the coming days. Thanks for watching as always. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll be back soon for plenty more stuff to come. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.